I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9. Let's focus on verses 1 through 3. Indeed, I took all this to heart and explained it all. The righteous, the wise, and their works are in God's hands. People don't know whether to expect love or hate. Everything lies ahead of them. Everything is the same for everyone. There is one fate for the righteous and the wicked, and for the good and the bad, for the clean and the unclean, for the one who sacrifices and the one who does not sacrifice. As it is for the good, so it is for the sinner. As for the one who takes an oath, so for the one who fears an oath. This is an evil in all that it is done under the sun. There is one fate for everyone. In addition, the hearts of people are full of evil, and madness is in their hearts while they live. After that, they go to the dead. Now, on a flyover, today's passage may seem depressing. It sounds very depressing, frankly. Solomon tells us that all people can expect the same end, which is death. And whether you live righteously or wickedly, everyone will die. Job professed it poetically and with very blunt acceptance. Job chapter 1, verse 21, and he said, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." But where both Job and Solomon stopped short was that they omitted the obvious follow-up question. And then what? Okay, we all die, and then what? Well, sure, we all die, but what happens after we die is the question. The writer of the New Testament book of Hebrews gives the answer. Hebrews 9, verse 27, and it is appointed for men to die once, but after this, the judgment. So there is life after death. Death in this life is not the end. It's just the end of our lives on earth as we know them. And while our righteousness in this life, even righteousness through Jesus, does not necessarily spare us from experiencing physical death, it does ensure the believer can stand before the Lord justified on the day that God passes judgment. In simple terms, heaven awaits those who can pass that judgment. And what happens to those whom the judgment of God finds guilty? Well, the essence of judgment is that those who do not meet God's legal standard must suffer the penalty of falling short of the law. The point Solomon is making in today's passage is that all the stuff we may acquire in this world is meaningless, given that nobody can take it with them to the grave. Now, you may have been successful in business or education in this world, but how will that help you escape the judgment of God? Now, for the unbeliever, this world is as close to heaven as they'll ever come. So I can understand why they would try to get all they can now. But for the believer, this world is as close to hell as they ever have to get. And that reality allows us to live joyfully, regardless of our circumstances. This is not the end here, this life. This is just a waiting room for the next life. You see, because we don't live for the here and now, we can focus on the there and then of heaven. James chapter 2, verse 5, "Listen, my beloved brethren, has God not chosen the poor of this world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he promised to those who love him?" I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And yes, we need your monthly support. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. You can share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.